Good Sunday afternoon, everybody. We are closing in on the end of the weekend, the start of a new week, and it's going to be a big week on the channel because it is my first week of full-time diving into NFL draft content for the Seattle Seahawks. We've talked about the draft before. We've talked about the draft extensively, but this is going to be the first week of the year where I spend pretty much all my time just breaking down draft prospects. And the reason why is pretty clear. The Seahawks can do some things to free up some cap space, but to be perfectly honest, they don't have a lot left. So, bottom line is, most of the remaining improvements to this team are going to have to be through the draft. And the good news is, we have more draft picks than usual. You can actually look at this screen right here. You can see we have 10 draft picks as of right now. 2 first rounders, 2 second rounders, 2 fifth rounders. So, for a team that didn't get any compensatory picks for this draft, that is really good. Usually a team getting this many picks, it usually involves the compensatory draft pick game. And for us to manage a class with 10 picks without any of that, hey, we did good. We did good, and this week, now that we're clear that first free agency period, we have some idea of what the team is going to look like going into the draft. We're going to devote pretty much all of our resources into covering the draft. And it's going to start tomorrow morning. And I want to go over exactly how this is going to work for the next several weeks. Of course, if the Seahawks do something, if they cut somebody, sign somebody, extend somebody, whatever, I will talk about it because I'm covering all Seahawks news on this channel. Of course, if they do something, I'm going to talk about it. But the next several weeks are going to be probably 95% concerning the draft. Because quite frankly, I don't know if there's going to be a ton that we do over the next several weeks in terms of non-draft stuff. So here's how it's going to work. Here's how it is, Here's how it is going to work on this channel for the next several weeks. Every day, I'm going to release at least one, sometimes more than one videos about a particular position of need in the draft and a particular day of the draft, basically. Sometimes multiple days, but usually it'll be like a day. And here's what I mean by that. So let's jump over to the hierarchy of Seahawks needs real quick. Pretty sure you guys are familiar with this spreadsheet I have because I've shown it before on stream. I've showed it before in a video. So you guys have probably seen this before, and this is our guiding light. Basically, I am going to loop through the draft, starting with the positions of high need. So tomorrow morning, I am going to make a video about nose tackle prospects in the draft. Now, nose tackle is a position where you almost never see anybody go day one in the first round. So the first video tomorrow, the videos tomorrow that get posted are going to be about top 100 nose tackle prospects. What I mean by that is nose tackles that are expected to go somewhere in the top 100 picks, also sometimes known as the first 3 rounds, also sometimes known as the first 2 days. So we are going to post videos on this channel about the top nose tackle prospects in the draft. I'm going to break down where they played, their physical profile, the way they play. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I've seen from them when I look at the tape. I'm going to talk about what the top scouts are saying about them. I'm going to talk about how they would fit in, all that kind of stuff. And by the end of that day, we should have a pretty good picture of every nose tackle that is likely to go in the top 100 picks. Now, I don't know how many videos that's going to take because my goal is to not have any video of draft prospect evaluation be longer than 15 minutes. So somewhere between 9 minutes and 15 minutes is the goal. So it's just going to depend on how long I have to talk about some of these guys because some of these guys are going to be really interesting, really compelling. Some of them maybe not so much. But by the end of the day, we'll have talked about every top 100 nose tackle prospect, be it if it takes 2 videos, 3 videos, 4 videos, whatever, that's the plan. The next day will be the day 3 nose tackles. The nose tackles that are going to go beyond the top 100. The guys who are, as of right now, expected by and large to go in that 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, maybe even UDFA range. So that'll be the videos for that day. That could take 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos, maybe 4. Whatever it takes, we're going to talk about it. Again, I don't want any one of my draft prospects videos to be so long people decide they don't want to watch it because it's too much. So that's going to be the next 2 days. Then the next day we do defensive ends, and because there are more high-profile defensive ends in this draft, we're going to start with the day 1 or first round prospects. Next day is going to be day 2, and then the next day is going to be day 3. So it's going to be 3 days of defensive ends separated by the day they are expected to go in the draft. And again, there could be multiple videos in a day. There could be just one. It depends on how long it takes for me to get through all the guys that need to be talked about. And there you go. Same thing for linebacker. Same deal. Day 1, day 2, day 3. So 3 days of linebacker talk. And then I loop back around and start going through the positions of medium need. So running back. We do running backs. Then we do wide receivers for a few days. We do left guard prospects. We do center. We do right guard prospects. Some of these positions are going to be not going to really have any first round prospects in them. Like I said, nose tackle. There's no first round nose tackle this year, I don't think. There might be one, but probably not. So we're going to break it up into 2 parts. We're going to do top 100 and then outside the top 100 for a position like center, for a position like right guard or left guard. And that's how we're going to break things up for those positions. But other positions are going to be day 1, day 2, day 3. And then low need, we're going to loop back around. We're going to talk about edge rushers, and then we're going to talk a little bit about outside cornerbacks. So again, day 1, day 2, day 3, and cornerback day 1, day 2, day 3. And then we have the positions of no need, which I'm going to largely... I'm not going to talk about all of these because there's no point. Like, I firmly believe I'm spinning my wheels, spending a whole 3 days talking about left tackle prospects or right tackle prospects and punter and kicker. I mean, I probably wasn't going to do that anyway very much, but I'm certainly not going to do it now. Now, I can tell you this. I will probably make videos about the quarterbacks, even though our quarterback depth chart is nominally full, and I don't think we're going to take one. I think there is at least a slight possibility, however tiny. And at the very least, I should talk about some of the low-level QB prospects. Tight end, I'm probably going to talk about some because of the possibility of us moving Fant and drafting a tight end to replace him because of money. I might talk a little bit about the defensive backs, like slot corner, strong safety, free safety, because there is a little bit of flexibility there. You could say we still need a slot cornerback, even though we got Julian Love, I guess, because Kobe Bryant's not a natural slot. You could say we need a strong safety, I guess, because Jamal might not be ready for the season, and Ryan Neal's tendered and could easily be scooped. You could even say the same about free safety, I guess. I'll probably spend at least a day or 2 talking about those positions, but I'm probably going to skip left tackle, right tackle, punter, kicker. No need to. So that's going to be the way we go through it. So yeah, that's going to fill up pretty much the whole channel for the next several weeks. By the end of it, we'll have a really good idea of the draft prospects the Seahawks are probably looking at. So going to be at least 1 video a day. Some days it'll be multiple videos. And by the end, we'll have looked at everybody. So that's the plan. See you guys later. Go Hawks.